You know how we have that one artist that we always try to gatekeep? And we usually pull them out like an ace card whenever we're trying to impress someone? Maybe it's our crush or someone we just met? Well, I have one too. Or at least, I had one. You see, I go to uni, and typically for each subject, we have separated Telegram groups. If you don't know what Telegram is, imagine if Elon Musk made his own version of WhatsApp. It's something like that. Anyways, whenever I join one of these groups, out of habit, I tend to analyze each member that is in that group. If you want to call me a sucker for that, fair enough. I was going through these people's profiles, and I stumbled upon this girl. And the thing about Telegram is, you have a feature where you can put your favorite songs on your profile. And guess what was on her profile? A song from the most niche band that I freaking know of, that I thought no one else within my country, let alone in my university, know about. And then there she is putting it out in the public eye. And even crazier than that, I go ask a couple of my other classmates, and apparently they knew that band as well. And now, since it's out there and everyone knows about it, there's no point of me gatekeeping it anymore. The band is called Hypnagogia, which at some point was my #1 most listened band, so you know that shit was a shock. Not only that, but also made me feel kinda unspecial, which got me wondering, why is that? Why do we, at least these days, try to be so different and quote unquote niche? You can say that, oh, we just want to be unique. Oh, look at my Spotify Wrapped, I'm so cool. Which is not totally wrong, by the way, but I believe is much deeper than that. We know that humans by nature are social creatures. They like being in tribes and being part of something, being part of a group or community. For example, back in the days, if you listened to metal music, you were labeled as an outcast. But you knew that there were a lot of other metalheads like you out there. And when you did find one of them, it gave you a sense of belonging, like you just found your people. And all of a sudden, you feel like you can instantly connect to this person. Like you guys have so much in common. I remember I used to be so hyped when I found out the person I'm talking to is also into metal music. And then as time went on, more and more people got into metal because of how accessible it became because of YouTube and Spotify and internet in general. And then it wasn't much of a shock to find out someone is a metalhead anymore. The only thing that still gave you the same feeling was when you found someone listening to your favorite band, especially if the band wasn't super mainstream metal. I remember the reason that I got into one of my past relationships was because me and her both listened to a band called Bad Omens. And when we found that about each other, it felt like we already knew so much about each other. Now fast forwarding to today, someone listening to your favorite band doesn't mean jack shit. Because you're like, everyone listens to that band now. So what's the difference between this guy and the average Joe? When everyone listens to or does the same thing, there's no sense of community anymore. It's free for all. It feels like you don't belong anywhere. We tend to use our music tastes and interests as a way to find and filter people who we can potentially be friends with or build relationships with. But now everything is so accessible that the girl who listens to metal can also listen to Sabrina Carpenter at the same time. Not that there is anything wrong with Sabrina, but I think you know how this is not something that you look for if you want to find people in your own wavelength. And this goes for other things as well, let's say gaming. Back then, you play a game, you were immediately classified as a gamer. Now, everyone does play games, video games, to a certain extent. So, what does it mean to be a gamer now? It feels like the circle gets bigger and bigger, so you have to go and look for another circle to be a part of. That's why we have so many posers, so many LARPers. Oh god, I hate that fucking word. It's the same reason why we gatekeep artists. It's not because we don't want you to enjoy the music, it's because we're afraid that our favorite artist might get too big. We're afraid that once that artist goes mainstream, liking that artist wouldn't be a mutual bond anymore. Which is a really fucked up thing to say, because we obviously do want our favorite artist to succeed, but at the same time, we don't, which is kind of fucked up to think about. And look, I'm not suggesting to gatekeep anything, because me personally, I'm not really about it. As someone who does art himself, I believe that art should be shared and enjoyed. So, let me know what you think. And also, please follow my Instagram. I'm going to post there once we hit 300 followers. And with that said, thanks for watching. Bye. See ya.